Hey guys, this is Gabriel Lorenzi, creator of the blog Grupo Dicas, one of the biggest travel blogs in the world, and today I'm here to tell you what are the best condos for you to rent a house, for you to stay in a house in Orlando, which is a sensational experience. Few tourists know about this type of lodging. For Canadians, Europeans, and Americans themselves, they prefer to stay in a house rather than a hotel in Orlando because there are many nice condos. So we are going to give some quick tips here explaining how it works and which are the best condos in Orlando for you to stay, and of course how to get the best prices. The tips we'll give here on where to buy the lowest price, you will see that you can really save a lot, and with unbeatable prices there. Renting a house will be cheaper than you think for your trip. So guys, check out the video, enjoy, give us a like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, that helps us a lot, and buckle up. Well, we ended up gathering here in this video the doubt of many people. What are the best condos to rent a house in Orlando? When people start looking for this kind of accommodation, it's the first doubt that arises. There are some main ones, there are many condos in Orlando, but there are some 8, 10 that are the main ones and that we recommend the most. So we will explain to you here how the renting works, which are the best condos, what are their prices, locations, and finally we will do a complete analysis of them all for you. Explaining quickly here how it works in Orlando, there are several condos that are built with house ready for lodging for season. So people buy and rent them to the interested people for a season. So there's this option, you can stay either in the hotel or in the houses. What are the main advantages of staying in a house? First, it's the comfort because it's much bigger and much nicer. There's a pool and most of them are private, so you can come home from the park and lie by the pool and relax a little bit. The family is more united because everyone is in the same place, not several hotel rooms. The security, there is 24-hour security. It's very good inside the condos and nobody enters your house, different from the hotel where there are several people working, cleaning the rooms, delivering, coming and going when you're not there. And anyway, it ends up being much nicer. We prefer it a lot. We're always renting it now when we go with more people because it ends up being very nice. It's more fun, it's nicer, and the structure is better. These condos usually already have a sensational resort structure. It is as if you were in a resort hotel, because you have the house, which is already great, and you have a huge structure there with a gigantic pool. Some have a water park, soccer and volleyball courts, and a gym. Everything you can imagine is in the condo, and it's very quiet. We tourists are a little afraid of security, but the security there is sensational. There is nothing to worry about, and Orlando is still one of the safest cities in Florida, so it's really quiet. And it's all very clear. They already have the house all programmed for you to use, the sheets, cutlery, glasses. You don't need to take anything. It's like a real hotel. If you want to clean an extra day, you can arrange it with them, but generally you don't need to. There's already toilet paper and everything. You just have to get there and use it. So that's why we highly recommend renting houses, especially for those who are going with more than 6 people. When you're going with less than 6 people, sometimes the price is not worth it because the hotel may end up being cheaper. If you are with 2 people, go to the hotel, which is cheaper. If you are with 4, it's still cheaper to go to a hotel. Now in larger groups, renting a house is much cheaper. There are houses for 10 people. With a group of 10 people, you will pay much cheaper, practically half of what everyone else would pay in the hotel. So the savings are really huge, and you can arrive and go to Walmart already on the first day. You buy a cheap breakfast. During all the days, we will have the cheapest and tastiest breakfast to eat there with everybody. At night, you can eat something. You can leave all the groceries there in the fridge, the stove. It has all the structure of a home, so we recommend it. We are kind of suspicious to say because we love this kind of lodging there, and the trip to Orlando gets familiar and happier. We totally recommend. But it's for those who go with more than 5, 6 people. Less than that, it's not worth it financially, unless you want to stay there anyway. You will pay a little bit more, but for groups, it's sensational, and we found it much nicer than a hotel, that's for sure. Well, there are some condos that are much more famous than the others. In the list of the best ones, we have stayed in 2 of them and we have visited 4 of them. So we know a lot, we have a lot of experience, we have been through almost all of them, and we can analyze exactly which one is the best, so which one is the worst, what are the pros and cons, what are they, what are the pros and cons of each one. So this is a quick list to let you know about it. So let's start. We'll divide them in two groups. People, the ones that are a little bit more expensive, they are more recent condos, so it's a resort structure, the pool is nicer, the houses have a much nicer structure, the decorations, the houses are more comfortable, the internal pool is nicer. They are different condos and nicer than the others. Not that the others are bad, they are very good. We have already stayed in the others and I'll tell you here too. But let's separate it by the most expensive category and by the most economical category. It's the most expensive category. There are three that stand out: the Windsor and West Side, Champions Gate, and also Story Lake. We think that the Windsor at West Side is the best option for these three options. I think it's a little bit more expensive so that you can get an idea of the cost. It ends up costing $32 a day to stay in them. In the economy options, it costs $19 a day per person. So a house for 10 people, we did a simulation here on the side, which is the side that has the cheapest houses. I'll explain to you here at the end of the video where you can book it, which is the place that has the cheapest houses. You can even compare later, but the prices are very good and it's the best place to make reservations. Here it's costing $19 for the houses in the cheaper condos and $32 in the more expensive ones per day per person. Then you research how many people will stay there. Is the question of the dollar. It can go down if the dollar is cheaper, but it's just for you to have an idea of the value. We think that Windsor at West Side has the nicest houses and the ones with the best structure. Their structure has more comfort, the decoration, the pool outside. We think it's the most pleasant house to stay in. In terms of house structure, it stands out and it's also very well located. It's close to Disney. In 12-13 minutes you are at Disney. There is a supermarket nearby. You're close to everything. It's a very good location, and if you drive you can do everything very quickly. The resort area is very good. The pool area is sensational. There is a gym, there is a very nice bar by the pool where you can have a drink, eat pizza, and finally it's a condo that we like it a lot. We recommend, if you want to stay in a good condo and pay a little bit more, this is our opinion, is the best. We recommend the Windsor at West Side, and watch out folks, because there are several Windsors in the economy category. There are also two Windsors but with other names at the end. So this is the Windsor at West Side, so pay attention. It's the West Side in the end, Windsor at West Side. There's also in the more expensive category Story Lake, which is the darling of the moment because of its location. It has a kind of different location from all the others, being close to everything, but we think that the houses are not so good and it was a little bit lacking. Some people complained a little bit about the condo, but it's also a very good condo in the end. The pool is very good, everything, but we think the Windsor is a little bit nicer. So as the price is similar, we prefer to focus on the Windsor. And there's also the Champions Gate, which is the houses are not so beautiful. It's a top condo. It has a structure as top as the Windsor, but the location is a little bit worse. It's a little bit further down, so it will take you almost 10 minutes or more to do everything. 10 minutes more to go to Disney, then it would take you from the Windsor and then to go upstairs from Universal, which is upstairs to the outlets, and then you taking 45 minutes. The Windsor is about 30, so we figured that because of the location we ended up staying with the Windsor anyway. Now let's talk about the economic category. The category a little bit cheaper because they are older condos, which have been in Orlando for so many years. The prices end up being better. We list here the four main ones, which are Paradise Palms, Solterra, and there are Windsor Palms and Windsor Hills. So the Windsor, as you saw, has a lot of them, so don't get confused. Check which one you're looking for. Of these four, we think that Paradise Palms is the nicest. It was the one that we stayed at when we went to Orlando once. We liked it a lot. The houses are a little bit older than the other ones that are more modern, but it's still very nice and well decorated. The pool is very nice, the area, the resort, and the location we think is very good too. It's close to Disney. There's a supermarket nearby. We thought it was the best option and it has a very good price. As much as the other economy ones, it ends up costing about 19 more or less, regardless of high season, low season, but it's an average for you to have an idea. It's 19 per day per person, so it's a very good price. Of course, always research the others because sometimes you can get a house by luck, some promotion cheaper in another condo. Take it, because all the ones we're mentioning here are great. If you stay in any of them, you will have a very good lodging, but we tried to list the best ones to see the differentials, but they are all good, so do your research. It's worth searching in almost all of them to see if you can sometimes get a very good price in one of them and then ends up being worth it. The other two Windsors, which are the Windsor Palms and Windsor Hills, are also more or less in this location, but we think the Paradise Palms is a little bit nicer in terms of the house and the resorts. And there's also another cheaper option, which is from the economic category, which is the Solterra, which is a very famous among people, and it's very good. The condo is as good as Paradise, but we think it's a little bit far away. It's close to Champions Gate, so there are the two condos that are a little bit down there, a little bit further away, but we say a little bit far. It's a matter of 10 minutes by car. We think that it makes a difference where they're running. Time is so precious on your trip that if you lose every day 10 minutes more to go there, 10 minutes more to come back, it's worth it depending on the difference. If you get a very good price on these two that are below, go on then two, it's great. You will spend about 10 minutes more, but in the budget it will be worth it. So in summary, in our opinion, you will see that when you go to search for houses, you'll be a little bit confused. If you want to spend a little bit more and you want a top deal, the Windsor at Westside, in our opinion, is the best. It's the nicest one, the best. Stay there. Now, if you want to save money and you want to go to the cheaper one, stay at the Paradise Palms. You won't regret it because it's very good. One thing quickly, guys. Any real doubt you may have, no matter how silly it may be, send it to us and we'll gladly help you. We like to help. If you want, and even easier, send us a direct or a message on social networks at @Lorenzi, and I'll help you with your doubts and help you set up your trip the best way possible. And take advantage and follow us there. We are always traveling the world, sharing the tips there in a very cool way, in our family routine with our little one. That's a blast. And soon we will be moving to Orlando, so there will be a lot of cool content for you to follow. How's the day by day there, the life in Orlando, and tips about the parks. We will be showing you everything, so follow us there and see. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really like it, give us a like here and subscribe to the channel. That really helps us a lot. And be sure to watch the video on how to save a lot on your trip to Orlando. It's a sensational video that we put together that has step-by-step instructions for you to plan your entire trip there from start to finish, hiring the best services with the best tips, saving a lot, traveling much cheaper than you think, and everything you need to know. I'll leave here this video along with the playlist that has all the other Orlando videos for you to watch. And that's it, guys. Thank you very much for being here with us. I'll see you next video and have nice trips.